Welcome to Sit Down with Sami. I'm Sami Kincaid, and today I'm very excited to be joined by our head coach of the softball team, Cindy Ball-Malone, also known as Coach Bear, and Gianna Mancha. How are both of you doing today?
Good.
Good. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. It's a beautiful day, so I'm ready to go outside and enjoy it a little bit after this. I don't know about y'all. Have you been staying safe and healthy? Have you picked up any new hobbies? What have you been up to?
Uh, we've just been trying to make ourselves do stuff. Like, I know me and my family, we made like a small wiffle ball field in the front yard. So we've been like competing outside, just trying to do things to stay active and not so bored in the house.
Bored in the house, and I'm in the house bored, right?
Well, we have the two little ones that are in school and then a brand new baby. So we picked up learning how to do circle time on Zoom, which is interesting. But we just got to celebrate our last day of school yesterday. So that was fun. We had a dance party via Zoom with toddlers.
And we'll talk about your family in just a little bit because it is very hectic for you. But I want to talk a little bit of softball before we get into all the fun stuff. I mean, softball's fun too. But how this season ended definitely was not fun. So just talk to me about what was kind of going through your mind. First, why don't we start with you, Coach Bear, because you're probably so excited that this program was off to the best start in program history. And then that just has to be heartbreaking.
Yeah, everything kind of hit our team when we came back from our California trip. And we were supposed to go to Oxford, Mississippi and play Ole Miss. And on our way to the airport, we find out, okay, we're going to try to get back to Orlando. And so I just kept telling the team, hey, we're going to just play it day by day. And I think I was more in denial than they were. I didn't want to tell these girls and let them down because it was such an amazing year. And I knew that we weren't going to be able to have everyone back next year because of prior commitments. And so I didn't want to tell myself.
Just eye-opening to see just how much you have to appreciate everything that's going on in the moment. And we talk about that a lot is being in the moment, be where your feet are. So but just knowing that we get another chance to do it again, and we may not have all of the same girls, but getting the opportunity to be with some of them again is really cool.
And let's talk about that upcoming opportunity. Even though you won't have all the same faces, you had some faces last season that made a big impact, some freshmen that made a big impact, some transfers that made a big impact. So Coach Bear, just talk to me about the impact all of those people had on the team and just how excited you are that there is some youth that is making that impact.
Yeah. Well, before I talk about them, I really have to talk about they don't do what they do without the returners that welcome them in and just kind of established in our culture. To bring in transfers, especially I'm just going to talk about the elephant in the room. To bring in transfers from a school that I was previously at could be very dicey with a team. And our leadership was just is it going to help us win? Let's do it. They know your system. They know your way. It's going to be easier for us. It was so just logical and realistic instead of emotional, if that makes sense. And so having that really set the way. Now, those newcomers, holy cow, they were stepped in and they were led very well, and they learned how to follow and then start to lead in their own way. So we had some key freshmen that hit the ball a ton and played great defense. And then, like you said, we had the three-headed monster on the mound. Gianna came in and really completed that fit for the circle.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what you guys have been doing. Gianna, you said that you've been playing some wiffle ball in the front yard. Is it house divided? How has that been shaping up?
Kind of. Yeah. We just do a lot of home run derbies because we have a fence. So we're trying to hit it out every single time.
That's great. Do you play that in your front yard? Are they still too little to be playing that yet, Coach Bear?
We have two tees because, that you have to have two of everything with them at this age. Sharing is it's a whole nother battle, right? We go in the backyard and we set the tee up, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to make them lefty hitters, and I set it all up, and all they want to do is hit the ball off the ground. So we might have golfers. I don't know.
Well, let's talk about your other one. I haven't seen you since you've had your baby. Congratulations. You just had your third little boy.
Yes.
So how is that going for you?
He's awesome. He's we had a kind of a scare when he was born, and he was in the NICU for a couple of days, but his name's Kason, and when we picked that name, we just liked the sound of it, but it actually means to be tough. And so just kind of going through the start of his life was awesome that he had that name, and that's what it meant. But I'm sleeping through the night already, so don't tell any of the other moms in the world that have newborns, because I don't want to, them to punch me or something, but it's been awesome. So, and the boys love them too.
Well, I can't wait till we can all safely come back to campus and I can see both of you guys out on the field. And I really appreciate you sitting down with me today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Of course, and as always, go Knights.
Charge on.